99.7. And of course, this is HerLens. So we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Women Radio. All right. And of course, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. I hope you're doing well. I hope that the day is starting up well for you. It's the 1st of April. So let me say Happy New Month. Happy New Month to you. Happy New Month to you and your loved ones and, everybody around you. How's work starting off for you today? And like I was saying on the daily news review, I hope say they never use you do April Fool's Day. I hope say, they never come one do you one why you things like that. And you just look at yourself and say, with this my old age, somebody see they do me like that. But then again, there are a lot of issues. Nigeria is so busy because I don't even know that some people even remember. Wait, today is, 1st April. So let's do April Fools because I know how some people used to take time to really prepare for this. So, I've not heard reports from anybody say, "Oh, I was played today," or "Oh, I'm going to do a prank on someone on April 1st." Because before you go hear I go do, or they don't do it. But today, it's just can't be like say everybody forgets it's today, the 1st of April. But if they've done anything to you, Sha, maybe you should let us know. Maybe do what to let us know so that we could know how it happened to you or what you did to someone else. Anyway, happy new month to you. We're excited to be with you this morning on the program Halenta. We discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. And like I said, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. So for you to be a part of the program this morning, you can go ahead and send us WhatsApp messages to 070 or 08155 Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning through text and WhatsApp messages. And then for calls, you can dial 070 or 09155 Just do well to keep that handy because you would definitely be calling in. All right, so let me just go ahead and introduce one of the things that we're going to be talking about this morning. Um One of the things that we're talking about this morning, and this is about a disturbing video, that we saw of students, female students, harassing a another female student. Yeah. So this could be in a form of bullying. This could be a form of maybe retaliation on something. So usually, you get to see that is men or boys who are harassing a lady, harassing a young girl, and all of that. But here we have students of the same school doing the same things to a girl. So now, in a shocking video that has gone round, we see female of a secondary school in Benue State allegedly stripping and sexually harassing a fellow female student on the school premises. Now, the footage did really trigger a lot of, widespread condemnation, especially on social media, with many, people demanding urgent action from relevant authorities. Now, a lot of people, on the post of that have called on the Benue State government, the Benue State Police Command, and the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons to thoroughly investigate the incident and hold the perpetrators accountable. Now, identity of the victims has not been, as of then, it has not been revealed, so we don't even know who they are. But a lot of people have actually come out to, condemn the whole thing. One of the comments that we got to saw was about, somebody coming out to say that, there is decay in our society and it has gotten this bad to see all of this abnormalities, happening in our schools. First, it was about the bullying, boys bullying their schoolmates that we saw happening in, in Edo State. And now we're seeing this one happening in Benue. I wish people, I don't know if, I'm just hoping that a lot of us have seen that unfortunate video. If you see how they were stripping this lady naked, if you see how, these things were going on. So you begin to wonder, wait, what is going on in our schools? What is really going on in our schools? So It's just a lot to see that such things are happening, because you keep wondering, and this was like in the back of, I think this happened maybe beside the school or at the back of the school environment. And you just ask, okay, where are the, maybe the teachers, and funny enough, they can't be everywhere. So it's not like we will call, or it's not like we expect that, teachers, guardians, will be everywhere at all times. So this kind of looked like it was happening at the back of the school or somewhere beside the school. So even yourself, you go come they say, which one can be all this one? Even you say, you just be asking, where did this come from, or how is this going on, without anyone's supervision? Because if you see that video, you guys, it's just a lot. Now we're used to saying that, okay, oh, now boys is this one, no, now boys is this one. Then how far the girls doing this? Now the reason for doing that is, it's not really clear. But you could actually attribute that to a case of um a case of bullying. Because I mean, now girls, young girls, secondary school girls. So you could probably see, maybe it's, in fact, if probably you want to sit down and listen to the reason, you will now start asking yourself, um, what is it the fault of the parents? Is it the fault of the teachers? Is it the fault of, maybe how our society has turned out to be, or what our society has turned out to be? Where do you actually cap this? Where do you actually want it to, come from? So it could actually just be a lot. Now we cannot go out of blames, or rather we cannot say that, we cannot remove different factors, that could contribute to this. Because while I was in secondary school, although my secondary school that I attended, before the principal died, she made sure that she stopped anything that had to do, that sounded or looked like bullying, from seniors to juniors. So she tried her best to do so. And during my the first half of my secondary school was quite a lot, because I saw that happening first time when we were crawling on gravels, doing all of that. So it was just a lot going on. But the second half of it, when it was now our own turn, that was when she now came up with all of this. And so a lot of us were like, so you don't want us to do you don't want us to do what was done back to us. So, but a different level. But this actually looked like, classmates doing this to her. If it was a senior or junior thing, maybe you would be able to understand. But this all seemed like, oh, okay, it is, probably a classmate thing. And when you listen to the probably, the reason why this is done, you could just go ahead and find out that it's a flimsy excuse going, that it's bringing all of this up. So, parents, what do we do as regards this? Because when we talk about bullying, or when we talk about harassing each other, or harassing, one another outside a guided environment, that's to show you how, the kind of maybe principles or values that our children get to grow with. So it could actually just be a lot. When we want to look at, from the teacher side, are we really interested in looking at what happens, or what our students are up to when they are within the school environment, but outside our, within the school, how am I going to put this, within the school environment, but outside your watch? I hope we're following me. Within the school environment, because even in the school environment, the teachers cannot be everywhere at the same time. So within the school environment, at the time where they're supposed to be watched, at the time where they're supposed to be under, your purview, how do you, or what do they do when you probably take your eyes off them? in a minute, in a minute or 30 minutes or whatever time frame you want to give that. So there's definitely a lot going on here. How do we take this out of our society? It's one thing for you to see that, oh, okay, boys so are harassing girls, sexually and all of that. It's another thing again for you to see that girls themselves are harassing their fellow girl, stripping her naked. And even here on her lens, outside secondary school setting, we have actually seen where, oh, because you stole my boyfriend, because you did this, and then she gangs up with other people to beat up a particular, maybe one of their friends or somebody who is with them. They beat them up, and then they just get to harass her or tear her clothing. Before you know, they leave her. So a lot of this has actually been happening. Where do we go from here? What do we do from here? So I'll just bring up Ibinabo into the conversation now. So let's get to hear her thoughts on this, and of course where we can go from here, because this seems like a lot, and it seems like anyway, we'll just keep talking about it. Because I wanted to say, it seems like we talk about it, but yet we get to see all of. So is it that we're not doing our best, or the parents, or the teachers, or where exactly are we missing it? Hi, Binabo, you're muted.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Lady Rose. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Lady. Good morning to all the ladies out there and all the gentlemen listening to us. We value you greatly. Uh, Happy New Month. We are in the month of April. We bless God for the opportunity, the ability to pull through the month of March, and here we are in the month of April. I pray that we will not relent, we'll keep doing what is right and keep doing what we must do best. Uh, this story is very annoying, very upset. I'm upset because, first and foremost, this is the second story we're talking about in this very few weeks. I mean, I think this month of March as well. I think the
Hmm.
same thing happened early in the early part of the month of March in Benin, in a
Yes, with
school
the
in
boy.
Benin.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know we have talked about stories like this that has to do with girls. And there was a particular school in Abuja where a group of girls humiliated another girl, and the story went viral. And the problem is this: it is obvious that this bullying is no longer restricted um, to one school. It has happened in different schools. And from what I can see here, the girls are almost doing worse than the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing your fellow girl naked, beating her up. And the most annoying part, I can't call it funny because it is very annoying. The most annoying part is the fact that they will not set camera to record, to video, and then post it. What exactly is going on? What is going on with families? Because at this point, it seems as if discipline has been taken out of the school, and there is no standard anymore. The fear now is, what does the future hold for everybody? I remember so many years ago, it's a long time, it was even discussed on HerLens so many years ago, when a school on Awolowo Road, a government-owned school on Awolowo Road, after they were done with their WAEC examination, I think it was a plan amongst the boys to sexually harass certain girls. And a particular girl was about to be raped on the road of Awolowo Road
Mm-hmm.
in the full glare of everybody. And students, most of them were gathered to watch it. So you see, I think we have let our guards down, even as parents. You see, all these, I know, you see, I'm not going to walk or talk against the child rights law. No, because some people are beginning to say that this is what you get when you come up with all these issues. That is why children abroad are not properly brought up, are not properly trained because of this loss. But I said no, it's not the loss now, it's the parents, and it has extended to the schools. Because if a parent properly raised a child, you raise a child to be responsible. You raise a child to know that what you don't want to be done to you shouldn't do to another. You raise a child not to be in a place where another child is being bullied and you are spurring, you know, the bully on. You raise a child to abide by rules and regulations of a place. You raise a child to have zero tolerance to any form of bullying. We don't have this. But I've read stories where even parents will support their child bullying another child because of boyfriend or girlfriend. He took my girlfriend. Oh, she took my boyfriend. And they support it. I don't know what is going on. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to be responsible. I was raised to be empathetic. I was raised to be responsible. So how are the younger parents raising their children? Because I was even thinking about drug abuse, that we cannot always remove drug abuse from all of this. But above and beyond, above and beyond drug abuse, what are we looking at in schools? What are the rules to have put in place? What pledges do these students make every morning? I was talking about school songs and school rules, and that we suggested to some schools, and they have some schools have already taken it up. We write out some form of recitation that children must recite this every morning about how to be responsible. Coin it in your own way, but it must be something that will guide them throughout the school hours. And by the time they get used to it, it will follow them home. And then how are you training your children, not only the girls and the boys? Because now it's as if the girls are even doing as bad as the boys. How do you, for whatever reason, how do you even take laws into your hands? I think at this point, the government needs to intervene. We need the government's intervention. Because all of this talk about values and discipline, it's like some people are seeing it as unimportant. So when there are laws in place, and then we are going to begin to look at how to, because yes, it is good to give a child the opportunity to learn from his or her mistake and move on and be a better person. But if there is no remorse, there has to be bigger punishment. It will get to a point where a child will bully another in such a way that the child will be expelled from his school, and no school should take that child for at least a year or 2 years. Let the child stay at home. Let the parents enjoy how they have raised their child. Because you can't go on like this. How do you erase the fact that a child was so molested, she was so harassed, she was stripped naked? How do you take it away from social media? How do you even rehabilitate this child? How do you even, oh my goodness, how do you even bring this child back to normal? This is a difficult journey for this child. It will get to a point, parents will begin to answer to the mistakes of their children, to the bad behavior of their children. Because if you do not raise your child right, you are going to affect other parents who have raised their children well. And we are tired of that. There has to be a stringent measure put in place, probably to serve as a deterrent. Because this is getting too much. Because, he's a child. Oh, she's a child. Oh, let us leave room for changes. Let us leave room for
Oh, it's been a let me just pause you for the call has gone off. Wanted to pick a call, but it has gone off. Anyway, do well to dial the number 07000 or 09155 917 917. Those are the numbers to call, and do well to send us WhatsApp messages too. We will definitely get them. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Yes, we can hear
Morning. How
you.
are you doing, ma?
Fine, thank you.
Yes. How about this man calling from Ikorodu?
You're welcome, Albert. Please go ahead.
What is happening in this world now? I will ascribe that to religious time. That is the way that already. The teachers that have the responsibility to train the children now, or the parents. The two questions is involved. The two are involved. But any that any parent of the child, they go to the child in this time around. You cannot you can there are people that you can in this world that you cannot overcome. Many things are happening this time around. The friend that we have can defeat us at any time. That's why they want to that because they don't want to retain their knowledge. But fine. Do these people are not convenient. Like let me tell you, there's nothing you tell me that I will believe that I can let me live it. But now, when I start to accept it, but I say, let me start going to church. Yes, going to church does not matter. Because as a parent, you cannot do it alone. No children are past you already. You learn outside there. We learn more than you, the parent. What do you know that I don't know? I have the internet just with me. Whether it's any family, it's going to that's like the best thing. Any family man should have to raise the child in Christ like way. If you train up a child, let your family, make your children follow your footsteps. So parents are a form of, if you start at the children and they go to school, every day the teacher, that you shout at a child, you correct a child with his case, you think that that's something that is going to as with woman. I will take you to the so we start smoking today, we start doing many things today. So the world is so corrupt and the parents. Let them go another way. If you don't do it, you will see that you are using it. Everything is now coming to and it's like saying that when I was going with my friends, the thing that would tell me to do stuff, I would just be like, people do this. So I don't like to return to my knowledge then. So I know that people have actions. If you say that there is a percussion for which, that's what we're having programs in I think it is normal thing. Spirit is behind it. So it's like how can we talk to our God? If not,
All right.
thank you, ma.
All right. Thank you too, Albert, for calling. So Albert is saying that at the end of the day, we need to go back to God because we are in perilous times and a lot of things are happening. He gave his own experience, with drugs and how he was able to overcome it by going back to God. So a lot of things are happening. So yeah, Ibinabo, let's come back to you. Ibinabo, you're muted. Okay.
I said that when bullying has to
Hmm.
feel normal, it means that the system around the students are not responding strongly enough. And that is what I feel strongly, that the system is not responding to this bullying that we have been talking about enough. Addressing this requires action. Action, I mean, at multiple levels. I'm talking about the schools, I'm talking about families, I'm talking about communities and policy. Because as when you don't have clear definition of bullying, we have physical bullying. We are talking about verbal bullying. There is social media bullying and whatever. And I think online bullying should fall under social bullying, social media bullying. We can't afford to continue to encourage this. And also,
Oh,
we need to train our teachers to know when to intervene. And how to intervene in bullying.
all right, Ibinabo, we're
There
finding
has
it hard to hear you.
to be a
We're
system
finding it a bit hard. to hear you, Binabo. You keep breaking up and coming back. All right, so maybe we'll just let you be for a while. Maybe step out and come back in so that maybe we can hear you a lot more better because it's quite hard to hear you. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7,
Me.
and this is HerLens right here, and we're looking at the video of girls, harassing another girl, stripping her naked, and all of that. All to what
They
end? Where are we taking bullying to? What extent are we taking
have
this
to
to?
know
So these are some of the things that we're talking about. We're used to hearing, oh,
how
boys
to
doing it. Now, this is a video of girls,
be
doing it to other girls. Now, we've seen it before, but this is
irrespective
within the
of
confines of a secondary school. So, how
this
far has this gone? What do we do? Where do we go from
because of the
here?
parents of
So that's
the bully.
that's what we are looking at this
Because the
morning.
problem we have is
All
that
right,
in
so this is your Women Radio
most
WFM
cases, children
91.7.
are
This
afraid of the
is
parents
at
of
the
the
program Highlands. To write it
bully.
down, the number
So
07000
so so
917 917. You
so
can also
they
dial
don't play around it. They are
09155
very careful. They are very mindful of what they
Please go ahead
say to
and
the
send
all
us
of that. We
WhatsApp
can't keep
messages to oh
doing
seven
that
oh
because
three
it
one
will
seven five six
translate to
five three
normalizing
seven.
bullying.
Well, let's see if this is better. If not,
And
we'll
then we
move
need
on
to
to hear from
engage
Buki.
parents actively.
Hi, Binabo.
Okay, let me take off my video.
Okay, maybe that would make it better. Okay, go ahead. Let's see. All right. Hi, Binabo.
Is it better?
Um, I would maybe suggest you go off and come back in. So maybe that would give us a clearer, a better conversation. All right. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Oh, I thought I saw Buki here. Okay, so yeah, just going on and talking about a lot of things right here as regards this. Hello, good morning. Oh, all right. I tried to pick that call. All right, Binabo, let's try again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
All right, this is much more better.
Okay, okay. I think I will have to take off the video because I was even struggling to come back
All right,
online.
just a
So
minute. Let's try to pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What where are you
My
calling from?
my name is Adebayo from Ujodubega.
Adibayo from Ajudubega. You're very much welcome, Adibayo. Is this your first time calling?
Really, I think I've called Women Radio 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
Without one of
okay. All right, that's good. Thank you very much for calling. Please go ahead.
Okay, the bully of a teen is just the fruit of decadence in parenting. Not really. You in your intro, you blame teachers, you blame some set of people because of the increase in the number of private schools. Even in public school, we have instances where parents will go and hire dogs to go and beat up teachers
Hmm.
when you scold their children. Not really physical discipline, just scold them. In secondary school now, you have more problem in uh, moral uh, mentoring because the parent will tell you, I register my words for academics, not for moral. So from our assessment as a teacher and educationist, we notice that we have second, third generation of family that has bullies as one of their character. So it's very difficult. So thank God it's a women radio. Please bring up people that will teach and educate and inform parents on positive parenting. That will form the basis of the society decadence that we are experiencing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too for calling. And good morning to you too. All right, Ibinabo, please go ahead. Ibinabo, you're muted. Okay.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I think I'll do without the video because it was given a bit of problem.
Mm.
So I was talking about uh, different ways we can curb this, and there is need to address this matter because most times in some of this, and like the last caller said, it's not just in private schools. I gave an example of a public school on Awolowo Road. They were done with their WAEC examination. It was like a plan. They had already planned what to do with the girls. And they attempted to rape a student, a female student, in the full glare of everybody on Awolowo Road. It was in the news. So you see, if we keep leaving these issues unattended and students don't realize that there are attendant punishments when they misbehave like this, it will continue. And of course, when parents believe that no teacher has a right to discipline their children, we will keep talking about this. And when teachers are too scared of parents probably, oh, this parent, if I touch his or her child, hey, I go hear me. See, if your child cannot be disciplined, then don't enroll your child in my school. If you have not been able to raise your child right, and your child will come into my school to misbehave, you cannot enroll your child in my school because the fees you are going to pay cannot clean or erase the bad image that the school will eventually have. Because at the back of any responsible parent, if I want to enroll my child in a school, and I have had some stories about bullying and other things that are not very child friendly, I will not enroll my child in school. Parents should stop all this behavior of trying to measure up with a certain standard. I have to enroll my child in this particular school so that people will believe that yes, I've arrived. It is all nonsense because your child's life will be at stake. If you go and enroll your child in a school where the children there are so indisciplined, what are you doing? You're using your money to destroy your child's future because children are very impressionable. And some children are very timid. So when they are enrolled in such schools, they only do what? They join the bandwagon. And lo and behold, your child will become a different person gradually. And I'm going to advise parents.
Yeah.
What it is you are instilling in your child today, you will be one of the beneficiaries of that.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of times, parents feel that to tell the world that they have arrived, their children must misbehave and get away with it. It is the height of indiscipline you are passing down to your child or your children. Every child should abide by the school rules. Any school that does not have proper rules does not have a business running as a school. A school is a place where you should it's not only for academics, also to build your values. And I believe that every child has a first teacher, and that is the parent. So if a parent fails to raise a child right, you are doing bad to the society. You are going to be a problem to the society, you and your family. Because when a parent is busy raising his or her child right, and you in your corner, you're not raising your child right,
Right.
then what do we have? We have an irresponsible child coming into the school space to come and create problems. And also, there is need for schools to introduce what we call social emotional learning. SE. What is that about? It's about teaching the child to be respectful, to be empathetic, and teaching the child about conflict resolution. If a fellow student offends you, because your father is a big man, a politician, one man that can wield whatever, and the whole world will stand still. I don't know what, such a man. But if you feel that is the kind of parents you have, and then you feel that you can do and undo in your school, there has to be a subject about conflict resolution. We have removed moral instruction as a subject in schools. If you go to some schools where the owners are very responsible, they still have special subjects They may not take it in their external examination, but it is part of what they study in this within the school. We have to encourage peer mentoring programs. We have to encourage programs that you will use role playing scenarios to
Yeah.
show the impact of bullying. If you were the one being bullied, how would you feel? Because you see, if you do that, you realize that the bully cannot even stand a second of what he or she metes out to others. So we have a long way to go, and the government must intervene. If a school is called out as a school that we have a lot of bullies, that school should be closed down, irrespective of the owner of that school, irrespective of the affiliation of the owner with the ruling party.
Hmm.
We are setting examples that will hurt us in the future. We say children are the future of a country. When we are raising or rearing bullies, what do you think the future of this nation will look like?
Will look like.
What do we even have already on ground? So please, all hands must be on deck. Parents, schools, community, everybody. See, if you have a bully as a child in a community and you are not ready to put your child to check, I think everybody should avoid you. Everybody should avoid you. Every child should avoid that child. Because the consequences of being bullied, you can't enumerate it. You can't count it. Because I have seen people who were bullied in schools, and even as adults, they are yet to get over it. I met a woman who she was so cantankerous. Like every moment she wants to fight. Every now she wants to. One day I could have said, "What is your problem?" So in the course of our discussion, I realized that she was bullied when she was in secondary school boarding house.
Hmm.
So I
So a
used to
defense
be.
mechanism.
But people would think that gentility is foolishness. So I'm ready anytime. I'm battle ready. I said that is not the way to go. That's not how to live your life. How are you even raising your children? You are responding and reacting to how you were bullied when you were in school. And you didn't tell your parents. She said her parents that they will tell you you are all there. That is, you are a fool
For being bullied.
to bully you. And they will even beat you on top of it. So you see, we all have a role to play. As parents, we have a huge role to play because you are the first set of teachers your children will know before they actually go to the school proper. And in the schools, let us stop all this habit of being afraid of certain kind of parents, because probably when it comes to PTA meeting and contributions to the school growth, the parents are always contributing huge sum of money. So when their children misbehave, you don't even have the heart to talk. You don't have the liver to say anything. If you talk now, the parents will withdraw their child from the school, and all the benefits you are getting will not get again. What benefit are you getting? It is because the government is letting it go. By the time your school, as much as we
School
encourage
and
it,
what that become. Okay.
you must have missed some words. I already said thank you.
Oh yes, because it, yeah, I was just saying that there are a couple of things that or rather because of the network we couldn't hear the last thing you said. So well, and I was also saying that because I like the fact that you mentioned that if children right now are behaving the way they're behaving, in terms of being bullies, what then happens if they get to be in leadership positions tomorrow? Because these are children we're hoping that they grow up to be leaders of tomorrow. So there's just a lot that could actually be happening in that space. But I'm just hoping that we get to do better as parents, as teachers, even as as guardians too. All right, so let's just I think this is where we'll just draw the curtains for today. I just hope that we'll do better in our schools, because this is quite disturbing. like Ibinabo said, this is not the first time we're talking about such incidents right here. Bullying, from schools, from um outside school environment too. All this gets to happen. All right, Ibinabo, in less than a minute so that we can wrap it up.
Okay, is an in addition to the advice we are giving to schools,
Hmm.
it is important that a school creates student-led anti-bullying clubs,
Hmm.
or we have anti-bullying ambassadors in schools. When you train a set of students to become anti-bullies, it is going to be and make sure that these are children who have displayed high level of discipline, and you know that they have enough values in them, not just picking up certain class of students because their fathers or their mothers are contributing so much to the school, so you want to give them roles. Don't make the mistake of making a bully an anti-bully because you are empowering them the more. And
Hmm.
also, we need to encourage students who probably could be bystanders to intervene or to look for ways to report. And they should normalize reporting as protection and or protecting the one that is being bullied, and not viewing it, perceiving it as snitching. Do you understand? Because there
Hmm.
are people who say, I don't want to snitch on my friend. You're not snitching, you are protecting the one that is being bullied. And you are discouraging bullying in your school. These and more are the responsibilities of every school. You have to put all of this in place, because if we don't do this, then we are in trouble. Then we need to teach our children digital responsibility and the consequences, because it will get to a point there will be rules that when you post certain kind of videos, you will be held responsible and you're going to face the music. So in schools, we need to include online behavior policies. You see, when you put all of this in place in schools, it will further curb this behavior of bullying in schools. Because sometimes some children are coming from a very bad background where parents never had time to even train them. They are busy pursuing money. They are busy doing whatever they are doing. They are busy working to live the kind of life that I don't know how much will be enough for them to live that life, that they don't even have time to raise their children right. They leave the children's upbringing to their house keepers, who
Hmm.
probably do not even have the guts to even properly talk to these children. So at the end of the day, these children feel like it is okay to do anything. When mommy comes back, she gives the house help a dirty slap in the presence of the child feels it is right to do that. When daddy comes back, he talks down on the house help. He talks down on his driver. He talks down on the domestic staff. And these children feel that it is right to do that. And they carry this mindset to schools. And
Hmm.
they replicate what they see their parents do.
Of course.
Schools will not rise up to take responsibility and introduce all of this that are mentioned into the school. I mean, we can't get it right. And it is a huge problem. And it is a problem that will stay with us in the future. And we don't
Hmm.
want it, because we
Yep.
already have enough problems as we speak concerning our leaders. We don't want it to get worse. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too. Of course, we don't want this to get worse at all. All right, so that's it for today on HerLens. Join us again tomorrow. God's willing, will be here to take you on the program HerLens. Thank you to each and every one of you who called in this morning and who tuned in to listen to the program. Thank you so much, Ibinabo, for coming on this morning on the program. So tomorrow is another day. Do you want to stay with us? Coming up next is Radio Doctor with Finfolua Akinremi and of course Denilade Okiwali. Yes, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Keep your